It's just a video of pictures that I took about 4 years ago. This was November of 2016. This truck here was my grandfather's. It was my papa's truck. He used to take me and my brother to school in it in the mornings. He died back in '04. Then my uncle bought it. That's my dad right there though in the picture. And for my cousin, and they broke the harmonic balancer somehow. And then it just set up. You can see it was sitting up in this field. Bed wasn't even attached to it. Windows luckily were rolled up, but of course sitting in grass right there out in Georgia, the moisture will rot out any of your rockers and floor pans. But again, luckily my dad put pour 15 on it before he sold it, so the floor is pretty good still. This is just pictures showing though what it looked like. There's the rally wheel, just kind of scuffed it up, sanded it down, cleaned it with paint thinner, and there you go. You know, just sprayed it again, made it look decent. Here, the truck on the next picture, we done got it put back together, put the bed on, put the wheels on. It's not four-wheel drive, it's just the center caps we had. But right there, it just still no motor in it or transmission, but at least everything was cleaned up, vacuumed nice. Because I was still living in Idaho then, so I flew back to Georgia to do all this and buy the truck. And so then I just wanted to get it back together and looking halfway decent to give me something to look forward to coming back to. Yeah, the wheels turned out pretty good. Just kind of, like I said, scruffed them up, and then the beauty rings, just cleaned them as good as we could, sanded them up a little bit. Unfortunately, the back of the bed, you know, with having garbage and leaves and everything sitting in back of it for years, there was no way to salvage any of that. I'll have other videos of it posted soon. I mean, I actually drive the truck now around town, even through Idaho. I mean, it's good enough to do that, but there's several videos or pictures in between there and then. It was a factory 327 factory air truck for 1965, but now it was a long wheelbase and it was green. My dad, when they got it back in, and my papa, when they got it back in the 90s, he wanted a short bed Stepside on it, so they cut down the frame and put a short bed on it. So kind of a rare option to have air, factory air, with the 327 for 1965, but of course it would have been much nicer if it had been a factory short bed Stepside. Here's just where we had sprayed it off some, cleaned everything off, getting the rust off, going to paint the engine bay to get it ready to put a motor in. I kept all the parts that me and my dad took off from this. He did all this while I was back in Idaho, put a new gas tank in, filler. Like I said, there'll be a picture coming up in a minute where he painted the engine bay. There it is, black. Just sprayed it all. It's never going to be a show truck, so let's just get it going. Here it is with the motor that I had sent. So the motor right there is a 350. They call it a grenade motor, board 60 over, but it flies. We put the camel hump heads back on it from the original 327 motor. It come out of it, and then there you go with it cleaned up. Of course, I had to put a little bit of chrome on it and everything like that. But again, 350 motor. It's pretty. It'll lay rubber down for a long time in this truck, especially with no weight in the bed where there's no wood back there. The only negative I did was I put the Mother Thumper cam in it, so of course it kind of messed the brakes up some, but we've got it fixed for now. But there's a picture of it right there, put back together and running. I'll make another video showing it running and driving.